Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is To Be or Not To Be Consecutive by Hanks. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. We have Renban lines, where digits on a pink line form a consecutive set of numbers in some order. So as an example, you could have something like 2, 4, and 3 here. And that would work as a Renban line because they form a set of consecutive digits in some order. Also, what you could not have though is something like 2, 3, and 5 here because 2, 3, 5 is not a set of consecutive digits. So that's an example of how Renban lines work. We have Nabner lines, where no two digits on a yellow line are consecutive. So as an example here, you could have something like, say, 2, 5, 7, and 9. And that would be valid because none of those digits are consecutive with each other. Also, you can't, normally in Nabner lines, you can't have repeats, but I think all the Nabner lines are in the same box, so that would remove the possibility for having repeats on the Nabner line. We have inequality signs. These are not V's. So these are inequality signs, where an inequality sign points to the smaller of the two digits it sits between. So you could have, for example, this being 6 and this being 4, because this digit must be greater than that digit. And that's, make sure these are inequality signs, not V's. So keep that in mind. And finally, we have dynamic fog, where entering a correct digit clears the fog in its cell, and it may clear fog in other cells. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So at first I thought these were V's. So keep in mind these are not V's. These 3 digits are consecutive. Oh, that's interesting. These 3 digits are consecutive. All 3 of these then must be one of these digits is consecutive with both of the other digits. And these are Nabner lines. So where can all 3 of these digits be in those boxes? Well, obviously they can't be in column 9. You can only have 2 of them at most in these cells. So one of them is guaranteed to be on the Nabner line. Now you could have 2 of them on the Nabner line here. If it's the one that's not consecutive with both of them. But the one that's consecutive with both of these has to be in one of these cells here. So the one that's consecutive cannot be any of these, and you're guaranteed one of these 3 digits must be on the Nabner line here, which the digit that's consecutive with 2 of them cannot be on that same Nabner line. So that has to be there, and it has to be there, guaranteed. Hmm. Does that tell us anything else? Well, it can't be here. So that blue cell cannot be any of these digits here. Hmm. Oh, what's interesting though is the Renban line with the 4 Nabner line in the middle. The Renban line has to be 3 consecutive digits. So it can never be 1, 2, 3, or 7, 8, 9. Because if the Renban line were 1, 2, 3, or 7, 8, 9 in the boxes with the Nabner lines, then you would only have 4 through 9 left. And that would be a combination of 4, 5, you could only choose one. 5, 6, 7, you can only have one on the Nabner line. And 8, 9, you can only have one on the Nabner line. So you're guaranteed that that wouldn't work. So for the Renban line, I think you can get 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, and 6, 7, 8. So what would that leave? So 2, 3, 4 would have the Nabner line be 1, 5, 7, 9. 3, 4, 5 doesn't work. Because if you have 3, 4, 5, you choose one from 1 or 2, you choose one from 6 or 7, and you choose one from 8 or 9, but then any other digit that you choose would be consecutive. So it has to be then 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, or 6, 7, 8 on those Nabner lines. Right? Because if you don't have that available, if you try to have, say, 5, 6, 7, the problem is you choose one out of 8 or 9, you choose one out of 3 or 4, you choose one out of 1 or 2, and then the last digit is going to be consecutive with some digit on the Nabner line. So, on the Nabner lines, then, if you have 2, 3, 4, you must have 1, 5, 7, 9. If you have 4, 5, 6 on the Renban line, so if you had 2, 3, 4 on the Renban line, you have to have 1, 5, 7, 9 on the Nabner line. If you have 4, 5, 6 on the Renban line, you have to have 1, 3, 7, 9 on the Nabner line. And if you have 6, 7, 8 on the Renban line, you would have to have 1, 3, 5, and 9 on the Nabner line. So these are definitely, first of all, they're all odd digits here. These are all odd digits, which means of the remaining digits, so let's remove this. That means you have this on the Renban line. It has to have 1 odd and 2 evens, which means the rest of the box must have evens. So these are all evens, and the rest of the box then have to be all odd. Interesting. Well, that means this must be even here. This must be even here. These are both evens also. So on this Nabner line, here we have 1 odd and 2 evens again. So these are 2 evens, which means this is 4, 6, or 8 next to 2, 4, or 6. 4, 6, or 8 next to 2, 4, or 6. And these have to be 3, 5, or 7, which means we have a guaranteed 1 and 9 here. Because they cannot be here. And doesn't that force this to be... I think that forces it to be all evens here. Because we're guaranteed, without 1 and 9, the only way you could have 4 digits which are not consecutive with each other would be 2, 4, 6, and 8. So these have to be all even, which makes both of these odd. So this is 3, 5, or 7 there. Um, hmm. This is at most 2 evens here. It could be. So we're guaranteed 2 evens here then. Uh, huh. What does that mean? What else does this mean? We don't have any distinctions here. You can't have 2 evens here. You can't have all 4 evens here. So we're guaranteed some of these are odd. Could be all 4 that are odd. Um, so this is always also 1 and 9 here, which means this cannot be 1 and 9 here. Um, hmm. So it's either 1379, 1579, or 1359. Hmm. Okay, so can this be 5 here? If this is 5, this is 4, 6. This would be 2 and 8, but then we'd have to have 2 and 8 here, and that does not consecutive. So there's no way these could be 5. So this has to be a 3-7 pair here, which eliminates 3-7 in the rest of the row. So this is either 3 with 2 and 4, which make that 6 and 8, which would make that 2 and 4. This is 6 and 8, and that's 7. So this has to be 1, 5, or 9. So this cannot have 3 or 7 here on this red band. That eliminates 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, 9. It also eliminates 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. That forces this to be 4, 5, and 6 here. So this is 4, 5, 6, which eliminates 4, 5, 6 in the rest of the column. 5 is guaranteed to be here, so this is 4 and 6. The remaining digits here have to be 2 and 8. And no 4 and 6, so this has to have a 1 or a 9 with it. That means... Hmm. 4 and 6 could be here. 5 obviously has to be then one of these two. Because that's consecutive with both. So we're guaranteed a 5 here. We're guaranteed a 5 here. Hmm. Oh, so this has to be a 4-8 pair here, right? With either this is 2, 4, and 3, or this is 6, 8, and 7. So either way, this is going to be the larger digit, which is only going to be 4, 8 as a pair, which forces this to be a 2, 6 pair. Therefore, this is a 4, 8 pair here. 2 and 8 cannot be here. 1 out of 4, 6 is definitely here, but we don't know where. Could be 2 of them. We don't know about that either. Hmm. 5 can't be any of these. So obviously, whichever pair is here, sorry, whichever pair is here for the even digits, whether it's 2, 4, or 6, 8, these cannot be 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8 to correspond with it. So it's either 4, 5, 6, or it's the other Renbands possible. So would you have Renban here, and then this is Renban? I guess that could work. What happens if it's 4, 5, 6? Hmm. Hmm. You could have 4 and 6 still be here. If you did have 4 or 6 here, obviously that would eliminate the other possibility here. This can never be 1. We have 3, 5, 7, 9 here, 1, 3, 5, 7 there. No, that's not that restrictive. Hmm. How does this work as a Nabner? We definitely don't have 2 and 8 available. We only have 1 out of 1 or 9 available. Yeah, 5 cannot be here. In this example, 5 has to be here. But here, I think these have to be all odds. Because if they're not all odds, we don't have 2 or 8 available. 1 out of 1 or 9 is not going to be available. So therefore, we only have 1 out of 1 or 9, and out of the remaining digits, it has to be 3, 5, and 7. So then these all have to be odd, which makes this an even pair here. So we have all even digits in row 6, which means this can't be even. That's all odd remaining in row 6. So no 2 or 8 here. This is 1 or 9. That forces this to be a 4, 6 pair here, which means this is a 2, 8 pair here. So this has to be then 4, 5, and 6 for the Renban. And so this is 5. So we have 5 here. This is 4 and 6. Which means this can't be 4 or 6, it's 2 or 8. This must be the corresponding 4 or 6 here. So this is 1, 3, 7, 9 here. This is greater than that. This is a Renban. One out of these two, well, actually, we don't know. So we have 2 and 8 here. This is 5. So this digit has to be the corresponding to that. This digit must be one of these two digits here. This corresponds to that. 5 cannot be here. 5 is definitely going to have to be one of these two then. We don't know which. This contains 3 and 7. So therefore, this also cannot be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. So it has to be 4, 5, and 6. Which means the remaining digits in this box, so this is 3, 7, 1, 9. have to be 2, 8 as a pair. So this is 4, 5, 6 as a triplet, which eliminates 4, 5, 6 in the rest of the row. So this must be 1, 3, 7, 9 as possibilities. And 5 cannot be here then. So this is even. These are even. These are even. One of these is odd. One of these are even. This is even. So 5 has to be one of these two. We don't know which. Obviously, this can't be 1 to be consecutive. This is 2 or 8, which is even. You cannot have the other 2 or 8 here because that would eliminate one of these possibilities. So it must be here, which makes that an odd digit, and it's 1 or 9. So this is 2 or 8 here. This 2 or 8 must be with one of these. We don't know about the 4 6s, though. One of these is even, one of these is odd. Remaining digits here are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. This is 2 odds and 1 even here. So 5 in column 6 must be one of these digits. So what are the remaining digits? We have 1, 3, 7, 9, one out of those. We have 5, and we have the other 4 or 6 here. Because this is 2 or 8, one of these two has to be 2 or 8. So the other 4 or 6 here, the other can be, we have a 5 and one digit from 1, 3, 7, or 9. Okay. We definitely have a 5 here, though. Five also has to be one of these three. We're missing a 4 or 6 also. And then 1 out of 1, 3, 7, 9. So it's exactly the same setup here, but we just don't know which one's which. This could be 1 through 7 here. Oh, this digit's greater than this. So this must be 8, which makes that 2. 8 eliminates 8 here, so that's 2. This cannot be 2 and 4, so this is 8 and 6, which makes that 7. 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 8. This has to be 2 and 4. It eliminates 2 and 4 here, so that's 8 and 6. This is 4 and 2 here, and that's 3. So there's no 3 here. No 2 here because of 2 in the column, so this is 8, that's 2. This is one long Renban, so it's guaranteed to have 5. 7 eliminates 7 here. So we definitely have 5 here, and we have 4 here. 4 and 5. So it could be 4 through 8, 1 through 5. You cannot have a 9. Because 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 does not form a valid 5-length Renban. So 9 has to be one of these two, which means this can't be 9 here. So it's 4, 5 with 1 or 3 here, which means you cannot have 8 on this Renban. So it could be 1 through 5. Can't be 1 through 5. If it's 1 through 5, these you have on this Nabner line, you can only choose 2 out of 6, 7, or 8 and 9, and one of them would definitely be consecutive with the other digits. So this cannot be 1. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. Either way, this is 3, 4, 5, which eliminates 3, 4, 5 in the rest of the column. So this is 1 or 9 then. This can't be 1 or 9. It's 3, 7 as a pair. So 3 has to be one of these two. There's no 3 here. We We have 3, 4, 5 here, and this has to be 2, 6, or 7 as possibilities, with the guaranteed 6 here. Can you have 6, 7? No, because you have the same problem. If you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this you can choose only 1 out of 1 or 2, and 1 out of 8 or 9, and then the other one cannot be, it would have to be consecutive with the other digit. So this must be 2, 6 here. So these are both even. So this cannot be 6 here. There's no 2 here. The Nabner line has to be 1, 7, and 9, which gives us only an 8 remaining in the box. So this is even. We have 4 evens in column 4. This cannot be even. Therefore, these are all odd. And since this is odd, this can't be odd. It's even. So this cannot be 5, which makes this a 5 here. So this is 5. This is 8. 2, 6 as a pair. No 8 here. This is a Nabner line of 5 length in the same box. So it must be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which are all odd. So these are all odd, which makes all of these even. We have 4 evens in row 4, which eliminates evens in the rest of the row. So these are odd, which means it cannot be 4 here, no 2 here, no 4, 6 here. This is a 5, which makes that 3. No 3 here. No 3 here. 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 4. That's 6. These are both even. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's odd, which makes this even. So this is an odd even pair here and an odd even pair here. And since the even here is 2, because there's no other place for it in the box, this must be 2. This cannot have 8 there. Therefore, 8 has to be one of these two. This is 1, 3. This can't be 5. This is 5 here, which makes that 4. That leaves this as an 8, so this is 4 here. This can't be 2, 4, or 8. It's 6, which makes that a 2. Okay, so this is greater than that, which is greater than that. So this must be 9, 5, and 1, which makes this 9, which makes that 1, which makes that 9. 4 must be greater than 2 there. This is a Renband. It cannot have an 8, so I have to have 2 here. This must be 1, 2, and 3. This can't be 2 or 3, so that's 1, which makes this a 2, 3 pair here. That eliminates 1 and 2 and 3 in the rest of the box. So 1 eliminates 1 here. 1 eliminates 1 here. Where is the 1 in box 6? Can't be here because it's greater than another digit, so it must be here. So that's 1. These can't be 9. That leaves this as a 5. This 3, 7 pair eliminates 3 and 7 in the rest of the row. So no 3 or 7 here. It's a 1, 9 pair, which eliminates 1 and 9 here. So this must be 7. That's 3. 5 can't be here, so 5 has to be here. Um, 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 6 and 4. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4 and 6. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 2 and 6. This is 1 here. 3, 7 here. No 9 here because of 9 in the column. Remaining digits here are 1, 3, 5, and 9. This is 1, 5, 7, and 9. No 5 here. This set digit's greater than that, so this is 7, which makes that 3. Therefore, there's no 3 here. There's no 7 here. 7 has to be one of these two digits. Remaining digits in box 7 are 1, 3, 7, 9. No 3 here. No 7 here because of 3's in the columns and 7's in the columns. 1 is guaranteed to be here, so this cannot be 1 here. 3 is guaranteed to be here, so this can't be 3. Where is 3 in box 7? It must be here. 1 in column 1 then has to be one of these two, which means this cannot be 1. So 5 is not going to be greater than this digit, so this must be 9, which makes this 5 there. 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's 1, which makes this 7. That eliminates 7 there, so it's 9, which eliminates 9 there, so it's 1 and 7. 9 eliminates 9 there, so it's 1 and 9. 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's a 1-7 pair, which eliminates 1 and 7 in the rest of the row. Actually, 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 8, which is even, which means we have 4 evens in column 7, so this must be odd, which makes that even there, and that makes that odd. So this cannot be 2, it's 3, which makes that 2. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 6, which makes this 2 there. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4 and 6. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 8 and 4. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 7 and 3. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 8. And this can't be 7 or 8. It's 9, which makes this 7, which makes that 9. 1 and 9 cannot be here. 5 eliminates 5 from being here, so that's 3, that's 5. 9 eliminates 9 from being here, so that's 1 and 9. 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 7 and 3. 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 1 and 7. Very cool, actually. I like the logic behind the Nabner and Renban lines being in the same box. It definitely restricted things a lot, more than I thought it would. And, yeah, you just can't... everything flowed from that, essentially. Nice little puzzle. I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.